Hey everybody, welcome back. We got some more card reveals, so let's just dive right in here. We'll start with the neutral Goblin Emperor. Randomly put one of the following cards into your hand: Goblin, Goblin Leader, or Goblin Princess. Whenever an allied follower that originally cost 1 play points or less comes into play, give it Rush. So, that doesn't really help for Goblin Leader, but you play Goblin or Goblin Princess, and you get, like, especially Goblin Princess, you get 2/1/2s with Rush. I mean, seems pretty good. I mean, this is a pretty good card, especially for Take Two. This is definitely a huge Take Two card right here. For, like, board control early game, it seems pretty good as well. I like it. We got Willed Philosopher. Fanfare, give an allied follower +1/+0, put 2 fairies into your hand. Seems okay. Again, I'm not the biggest Forestcraft guru, so hard for me to tell how good this card is. But it seems pretty good. Swordcraft, confront adversity, summon a shield guardian and a knight, deal 1 damage to all enemy followers. So the long-awaited board clear for Swordcraft is, again, what I'd consider a Portalcraft board clear. Something with tokens, other Swordcraft decks perhaps, but Shield Guardian I think is just a 1/1 with ward, and then a Knight is just a 1/1 token. So on 4, I think there's better plays than this card. We got Bloodcraft, a 3 cost 2/2 with Storm. So Swordcraft loses Novice Trooper and Bloodcraft gates Novice Trooper. I don't like it. Bloodcraft is already disgustingly fast, aggro-wise. It doesn't need to be faster. Not a fan. So then we got Runecraft, Chain Lightning, 5 costs to deal 3 damage to an enemy. Put a Chain Lightning into your hand if you have 3 or less other cards in your hand. So, I mean, it's like a recyclable 5 cost, though. Deal 3 damage. I mean, it's cool that it's recyclable, but it doesn't ever reduce its cost. So it's always overpriced, and it's even more overpriced if you don't get the effect, the second effect off of it. So I don't know. I don't really like that card either. Unidentified subject, a 5 cost 3/6. Whenever a card is put into your deck, gain +1/+0. Seems pretty good. I think this card could be good because the whole idea behind Portalcraft is putting cards back in your deck like artifacts. So this could get beefy in the late game, like after the evolve turns. This could be a pretty beefy card. Then we have Fervent Machine Soldier. Fanfare, put a random artifact card from your deck into your hand. 3 cost 2/3. So it's almost got full stats, and it does cool stuff. It's random, so you never know what you're going to get. Yeah. Again, Portalcraft is a mystery to everybody. These cards, on the surface, are hard to gauge, so we'll see just how good they are. Another Portalcraft, 5 costs, banish an enemy follower, and put a random artifact card from your deck into your hand. So, Portalcraft gets its own Acolyte's Light. I think Haven actually ends up losing it. I don't remember if they do or not, but it's Acolyte's Light with an additional effect, so, you know, it's probably costs what it should cost. It's pretty good. We have a 1 cost amulet for Portalcraft. Countdown 3 at the end of your turn. Randomly put 2 of the following cards into your deck. One of the 4 artifacts that have already been revealed. They're all token based, so at the end of your turn, put 2 randomly into your deck. So that's pretty good. This is probably going to be I would assume a 3 of. You play this on 1, start, you know, we'll say stacking your deck. This is probably going to be used in all Portalcraft decks early on. Pegasus Dullahan, 4 Costs 3/3. Whenever this follower comes into play, restore 2 defense to all other allied followers. Last words. Give a random allied countdown amulet. Okay, give a random allied countdown amulet. Last words. Summon a Pegasus to land. So it's kind of like a Mordecai but you need another amulet on board, and then that amulet has to die. So a slower Mordecai. If Alana was still a thing, this would be a good Alana card. But it's being rotated out, so not sure how good this card will be in practice. Swordcraft Commander, Frontline Cavalier, 4 cost 3/4. Whenever an allied officer follower comes into play, restore 1 defense to your leader. It evolves to summon 2 Heavy Knights. If I remember correctly, Heavy Knight is the 2/2 token for Swordcraft, or the 1/2. I'd have to look that up real quick. It's one of those. Regardless, so this is kind of like Floral Fencer with the added effect of healing at least 2. So actually, this card's pretty good. It is a commander. So it's like the commander version of Floral Fencer. This card's really good, I think. It would be better if they were both 2/2 tokens. I can't remember Heavy Knight, what its stats were, but this card's pretty good. I like it. Legendary Shadowcraft, Abyss Straddler. This is a beefy card. This is some kind of Yu-Gi-Oh text right here. So at the end of your turn, perform Necromancy 4. Gain +3/+0 whenever this follower attacks. If this follower has at least 10 attack, destroy this follower. Last words, deal X damage to the enemy leader. X equals this follower's attack. Ooh. So, at the end of your turn, it gets +3/+0 if you have these shadows for it, which will put it at 4/5 on 8. You would have to boost its attack 2 more, not even, it'd be 3 more turns. No, 2 more turns exactly. Then attack with it. Then it destroys itself and then deals damage to the leader for 10. This is an interesting card for sure, because you want to kill it if you're the opponent. You want this dead while it has like 1 or 4 attacks, so that you don't take face damage more than that. Because once you get to like 7 and 10 attack, ooh, you know, this could be a big finisher for Shadowcraft, even though they don't need it per se. You know, with Ektar and Thane. But another finisher, and it's not on 7 like most finishers are for Shadowcraft are given, so it's on 8. But you have to get to turn 10 to realistically... No, you have to get to turn 11, because it's at the end of your turn. And you also need the shadows for it, so... it's a okay card, but a lot of stuff has to be in your favor for this to really finish a game like you want it to. Neutral, 3-cost spell, Pitfall, destroy an enemy follower that attacked last turn. This is pretty good, especially good for Take 2. Because, especially in like aggro-based decks, every follower is attacking no matter what. They're doing something, trading, attacking. This card is pretty good. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Forestcraft Amulet, Fire Sprite Grove, countdown 2, deal 1 damage to the enemy follower on last words. Deal 1 damage to a random enemy follower if this amulet is returned to your hand. At the end of your turn, put a fairy into your hand. There's a lot going on here. It is a fairy. It produces a lot of fairies and deals damage if it returns to your hand. Deals damage when it dies. So, I mean, early game removal, early game fairy factory. So, all right. Fairy Saber. It has a 6 cost 4/5 for Forestcraft with Rush. Give all allied followers +1/+0 fanfare. Give all other allied followers Rush if at least 2 other cards are played this turn. So this could be really good. But again, I'm not the Forestcraft expert, so it's hard for me to gauge, because I also don't remember what Forestcraft is losing other than Roach. But it seems like they're getting a lot of tools for like the tempo type force, so enjoy Aggro Forest. Neutral Goblin Mount Ogre. 3 cost 1/4 with Ward. Enhance 5, gain +2/+2. So on 5 it is a 3/6 with Ward. And then evolves for full stats. This is a good take 2 card. I don't know how good it is in any other like constructed deck, but take 2 away. Silent Laboratory for Runecraft. This is an Earth Sigil. Fanfare, randomly summon one of the following: a Clay Golem or a Zombie. It is an Earth Sigil, but do you really want to? I mean, so you get a 2/2 regardless. I don't know. I think you just play other Earth Sigils that aren't being rotated out. Maybe I think the really good ones are like on 2 are getting rotated. So, I mean, this could see play. You know, you do get on 2, you get an amulet that's an Earth Sigil and a 2/2. So that's pretty good. Portalcraft, Silver Cog Spinner. Fanfare, restore 2 defense to your leader. If Resonance is active for you, recover 1 play points. Again, with the whole play points thing, this could be a really broken effect, or it could not be. I'm still wary about recovering play points in any deck, so yeah. Shadowcraft, 2/1. With Fanfare, Burial Rite, draw a card. I'll have to get into that in a second, but then we have a 3 cost Amulet, Countdown 2. Fanfare, summon 2 skeletons. Last words, Necromancy 2, Reanimate 2. And then we have Sow Death, Reap Life, Reanimate X. This value equals your current turn number. And so we have 2 new keyword effects for Shadowcraft. Burial Rite, if you have a follower in your hand in an open space in your area, put that follower into play. That follower loses all effects, then destroy that follower. And then we have Reanimate, randomly summon a copy of one of the highest cost allied followers that has been destroyed during this match and cost less than or equal to the Reanimate value. So one of the strong, you know, X being whatever turn number you're on. So you're on turn 8. You reanimate a Nectar. It doesn't get the Fanfare ability, obviously, but I mean, you do get a 5/6 body. So, you know, Reanimate is an effect that basically takes the card that is the highest cost and is below the Reanimate value. Is it below or the same? Less than or equal to? Less than or equal to. So, a lot of shadow generation, perhaps. A lot of board flood. Shadowcraft, ever since Tempest of the God, Shadowcraft has been that tier 1 or like, you know, tier 0 deck sometimes, but it never fell below tier 1. It's always been good. And it's going to continue to be the same way. So, and then the whole Burial Rite thing, you know, so we have this Burial Rite, draw card. So on Fanfare, you draw a card and destroy another card, but it loses all effects. I'm not sure. Burial Rite's kind of weird because if you have a follower in your hand and open it, you put the follower in play, but then the follower loses all effects and then it gets destroyed. So you're just generating a shadow. Do you really want to do Burial Rite? I'm not sure. Because if it loses all effects, then you're not gaining any value other than getting a shadow off of it, unless I'm missing something. So, not sure. Not sure about these. The Reanimate effect is really good, though. So then we got our first new leader, Dark General, Excella. You can pull this out of Chronogenesis. The other two that were revealed were Cerberus. I don't have any bigger pictures for this, so this is what we got. And Albert. Rip my wallet, because I'm going to be pulling for Albert. And yeah, it's going to suck. Merry Christmas to me. There's the... It's Dark General, you know what it is. This card will be treated as Dark General. Then we have Portalcraft, Icarus. Fanfare, put 2 ancient artifacts into your deck, and evolve, put a random artifact card from your deck into your hand. So basically you can stack your deck easily with this card on the evolve turn to get Resonance active. So then you could play other 2-cost cards that have Resonance. So good stuff there. Gravikinetic Warrior, 4 costs, 3/4. Fanfare, randomly put 2 falling cards in your deck, analyzing artifact, blah blah blah, all the 4 artifacts, and then again randomly put a random artifact from your deck in your hand. Again, a way to stack the deck so Resonance becomes active for you. And then we have the Portalcraft Legendary, Fanfare. It's 8 costs, 6/6. Deal X damage to all enemy followers. This value equals the number of allied artifact cards destroyed during this match. This is a huge board clear, because you're going to be destroying artifacts, I think, regularly. And when you get to turn 8, it's at least going to be, what, 5 or 6, I would say? Because, you know, they have those ones that rush, that just trade well. You know, it's going to be nuts. This card's going to be pretty good, I think. Hakrabi, 5 costs, 4/4. Put a random artifact card from your deck into your hand. Repeat once if Resonance is active for you. So Resonance has to be active. If Resonance is active, you do this, and then you get 2 cards out of your deck. So then Resonance is still active for you. So this card is really good too. We have a 0-cost spell. Biofabrication. Subtract 1 from the cost of an artifact card in your hand. Put 3 copies of that artifact card into your deck. So, yeah. It's a really good card. And it costs 0. Anything that costs 0 is pretty good, probably. Runecraft, 4 costs, Nova Flare. Deal 2 damage to all followers. Portalcraft card to destroy, maybe? This card also screams Destroy Swordcraft. I don't know. It's really good. So, Swordcraft, 1 cost, Accolade. Give an allied follower Clash. Draw a card. Change that follower into a commander if they are an officer. I mean, it helps you draw cards, but right now, Swordcraft doesn't trade. They go face. So, not sure how good this card is going to be in a meta where Swordcraft's only good deck is I go face or I die. So, I don't know. Forcecraft, 2/3. It evolves for 1 stat, but it deals damage to X random enemy followers. X equals the number of cards played this turn, including this card, max 5. So, deal 2 damage to potentially the whole board. I like how they put the maximum as 5 because you can't put more than 5 followers on board. A board clear for Forest, I guess. Go nuts, that's cool. And then our final card here, Dungeon Explorer Chloe. 3 cost, 3/2 neutral. Fanfare, give another allied follower the ability to ignore ward. This card is gonna be this card right here, dude. This card will finish games. Calling it now. Because the ability to ignore ward can be game changing sometimes, so we'll see how good that becomes. It's a bronze, so maybe not. I don't know. But it is neutral, so any craft can use it, and any craft can do spicy memes with it. That's all for today, though. I hope you enjoyed. we'll be back soon for more card reveals probably, because they just keep throwing them out here. So we'll see you next time. Everyone, take care. Have a great day.